today's episode of the Mischief Garage, we get the Civic ready for competition. Woo! Turbo cars! Okay, so today's plan is that we're going to, or rather I'm going to, build the tether for the rear end of the Civic and start kind of hashing out the game plan for the next week here so we can have the car ready for competition. So coming up in about 6 days, we have our first Rallycross of the season. It's an SCCA event, so we're stoked for that thing. We just got to make sure that we have the Civic all ready to go so we can actually, you know, meet compliance rules and stuff like that, and actually, you know, be safe while we're out there. So we're gonna build a tether for the back of the car that's gonna be for the tailgate. Tether's gonna help if you're ever flying solo and you need to like have the tailgate drop and like open. Otherwise, you don't want it to just hit the ground. That would really kind of suck. So need to do that, and then need to kind of hash out a game plan for getting some tires figured out, which we've got a line on a couple of used snow tires that are going to work, and then figure out the exhaust situation, which more than likely means we'll be paying somebody to do it. Don't love doing that, but I think that's probably the only option at this point. Additionally, Donny is actually not around today. He is down on a little trip down in Florida. So him and the wife decided to just pack up, and I'll actually let him tell you guys how his experience has gone.
Hey everyone, so while Jake's getting the race car ready for some Rallycross, my wife and I decided to go to Florida for vacation. Unfortunately, my vacation has been spent in the hospital because my appendix decided to start having issues and had acute appendicitis. So I'm currently laying in said hospital bed recovering while Jake is working on the race car. So hopefully I'll get healthy soon, get back at it, and we'll go beat the crap out of that little Civic.
Yeah, so how much would that suck? You know, get down there and you end up with appendicitis or whatever it was called. Yeah, so while he's down there, thankfully it didn't completely ruin his trip, and he's seen some pretty cool stuff regardless, because he doesn't get to swim with the sharks since he's got a gaping hole on his side. But I'm going to get the car ready for racing. We'll see if the both of us actually get to race for this next weekend, but you know, I'm going to get it ready so at least I can. But alright, so I'm going to head back to the shop now and start on that process, start building those pieces. Alright, so now it's time to start talking a little more about this tether and how exactly it's going to work. So, like I had mentioned about using the braided line, it's going to be really simple. We're going to use this with a loop on both ends of it, and one side is going to be just solid mounted inside of the car, probably on the underside, just kind of this tray here in the back, probably in the same spot as our latch system. Except it'll be attached to the body itself, not to the latch itself, because we really want to isolate the latch system from the tether, just so that we've got two fail-safes in case you know, something ever happens with the turnbuckle system. So, threaded line that's good to 100 pounds. We've got a little bracket here. This is going to work for like a carabiner, a hook to just like loop into and lock into. So I'll use this then to bolt onto the back here in some fashion, and then we'll use these crimps. They're a sleeve, stop, and thimble set, they're called, whatever that means. And we're going to use that to just make the loops on the end of it. So first step is figuring out where exactly I want to mount the bracket. So I'm going to do that right now. It's ridiculous.
So, how stuck do you think you are?
Very. Honestly, I don't know if this thing's gonna run today. Because if I can't get through this, how am I gonna get around the course? You know.
In theory, it should be a little bit more packed down because they're running car after car on it.
Yeah.
Lean in like this.
Something like that. Alright, let me pull up my high Q. You gotta turn the air off.
I'm going to, but I'm waiting to the very last second.
Okay.
Good.
Turn it off. Alright, so update time. It's not going super well.
No, it's a little wet and muddy out here. As if it's like, you know, springtime.
Yeah, so I made it. I didn't even make it onto the track. We'll just put it that way. I was the first person to get stuck.
Or the staging area.
Yeah.
You got stuck on the way to the staging area.
Yeah, pretty much. I made the mistake of trying to follow behind a bunch of all-wheel drives, which seemed to get through there pretty well, and then I don't know what happened. Narrow tires, whatever. It sunk immediately.
Yeah, we were up to the front bumper in mud.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a huge mess. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings. It's not looking super good for the two-wheel drives.
No, it's still raining. There was a WRX that actually got stuck in one of the corners.
Really stuck.
Yeah.
Like continued to get stuck. So out of all of the cars that have actually tried to do the parade lap, because that's all that we're at right now, we've only been able to try and do the parade lap. Out of all of the cars that have gone, I'm pretty sure only 2 have actually completed it.
Well, there's the Dodge. That rear-wheel drive Dodge.
Well, yeah,
Derek's
car
made it.
Actually made it through both times, just slinging crap everywhere. That thing's got some serious traction. But yeah, so besides that, and then the one other Subaru or 2 other Subarus that made it through, everything else has been getting stuck. So it's not looking super good, but we'll see what happes.
No. Nope. Other Civics on the trailer, so.
Yeah. Oh, it's already on the trailer?
Yeah, we just put it on the trailer.
Tilt beds, man. They're quick. All right. Okay, good, it's working. All right, hey everybody. So, thanks for watching the episode, and we're just gonna kind of close this thing out by talking about how bad Duluth drivers are.
Yeah, we have people without their headlights on right now.
Yeah,
stupid.
So we, we wrapped up the Rallycross event, which ultimately was just kind of a car meet in a wet field.
Yep.
Not a lot actually was able to happen.
No, it was still nice to experience the environment a little bit, kind of get a feel for how things are ran, get an idea what it's going to be like when we actually get to race.
Yeah, so the weather is horrendous here, so bear with me if my attention is not super focused on telling you guys what's going on. Yeah, so the weather was pretty nasty, and I mean there was even like kind of rally prep cars. There's an old man crossing an intersection that is gonna get creamed.
Yeah, he's not in an intersection.
Oh man, he doesn't look. He's crazy.
He just doesn't care.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's like, I'm old. If you hit me, cool.
Well, right? Yeah, exactly. He's totally like, I've made peace with God. I am. I'm fine.
He's like, I got a necklace with my blood type on it. We're good.
Exactly. Yeah, I've had plenty to drink. So anyway, the event didn't happen, and we ended up just kind of like looking forward. They're like, all right, next event, like you guys are already paid up, we'll just, you know, refund you, and you know, you're basically set for the next event. So next event is coming up first weekend in May. I think it's the first Saturday in May.
Yep.
So we're ready for that now.
Third or
I
fourth?
believe so. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those.
Third or fourth.
So that's going to happen down in Pine City, Minnesota. So we're going to take this thing to it.
Again.
As you guys can tell, the event is kind of come and gone already, but we just kind of wanted to recap the event and explain what we got coming up, and also show you guys the insane weather that just happened here in Duluth.
Yeah,
in the middle of
April.
Yeah,
we are
April's
currently in the middle of a
storm.
what they're considering a blizzard, and it's whiteout conditions. It's 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's sleeting, icy, and snowing all at the same time. The roads are all ice.
They're literally
Another dude without his
ice.
headlights on. That's
What
that's
is
a
up
big
with that? Yeah, so it's just absolutely craziness. So if you guys ever wondered what Duluth, Minnesota actually looks like in April, this is an April storm.
Yeah. It's supposed to be 45 on Saturday, though. So
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
that's the hilarious part. Yeah, so you know, thanks for tuning in, you guys. And so one of the next videos we're going to kind of cover, just basically we're going to go through this car and figure out all the little things that are screwed up on it.
Which is going to be a lot of things.
Probably quite a bit.
Probably a lot of suspension work. We're going to do some basic maintenance as well. We're going to make sure that the spark plugs are good, cap and rotor, fuel filter needs to get swapped out.
So kind of all the stuff that I didn't get to touch when I was getting ready for the Rallycross.
We're going to touch it.
We're gonna handle it aggressively. Whee! And there's the 60-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yep.
So can we just not go around the backside? That's fine. If we
Should be able to.
backside.
And I find it best if you buy it drinks first and then try to go around the
They
backside.
go around the backside. Probably. I mean, sometimes you just have to tickle it just right. Oh, hey, there we go. There's Schnush. Oh man.
Yeah, this is a.
What? Oh, here we go. Power through.
Oh
my God.
Oh, there goes the fuel line.
Oh,
Oh, hopefully it doesn't
Wow.
get the fuel line. We gotta build a shield for the fuel line
oh
still.
no. The shifter's doing weird things. There's ice wedged up in the shifter. The car's still running. We're good. We're good.
Oh, we
kind of
we got
survived
it?
that. It seems like it's still driving. I don't think anything's like rolling underneath. The tires are still back there. I think we survived that.
Doesn't smell like gas.
Not yet. Gas gauge isn't like disappearing.
So that's a plus.
I don't think. That was awesome. So that's why they closed off that road. Gas gauge is actually going up, so that's a good sign.
Sweet. We gained gas.
Yeah.
So next time you're gonna run low on gas, find an icy slush puddle to drive through, and it'll
That
be
was
fine.
that was like a pond of
You know what you
pure ice.
did?
That was
you probably
horrendous.
dented the bottom side of the gas tanks. Now the fuel level sensor is sitting a little higher.
Perfect. There we go. That's an optimistic look at it. Oh, and the shifter's working again.
The great thing about this car is we engineered it to fix itself.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're not losing the gas, I don't think.
We're fine.
Or it's all good. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Except the gas is probably spraying inside the engine bay right now.
Probably.
Turn this off, that way we can know.
Oh.
We'll be able to smell if there's gas now that we don't have the cabin recirc on. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
we're going to fix everything that was broken before and what's broken now and get it ready for the rally.
So, thanks very much for watching this episode. We're going to show you guys a little bit of our beautiful weather, and we'll see you on the next episode where... What are we doing?
We're not just...
Okay. Stop signs are...
That's a Minnesota rolling stop.
Yeah.